All right, so here is kind of the template that we use for this 8 parts of speech edu protocol. So we always start off with a picture that makes you go, "What in the world?" Right here, like, how is this possible? Something that can really spark creativity. And I usually put that in the center, and then the kids will move it off to the side once they're ready to write their paragraph. But they're going to look at this and they're going to write a very just basic sentence, 3 word sentence here about what's happening in here. So I'm going to say, boys make mess. Okay. And now they're going to go through and they're going to fill in these different things right here. So we're really teaching them, nouns and an adjective to describe that noun so that the adjective connects with the noun right here and that the adverb connects with the verb right here. So while we're not teaching specifically that adverbs can modify adjectives and other adverbs, we're really just focusing on the verbs right here. And then prepositions. When we talk about this, we're thinking we would want them to write in more of a prepositional phrase instead of just a preposition. Interjections, conjunctions. This could be like the basic conjunctions or other like subordinating conjunctions like because and things like that. They can think of those as well as pronouns. And then this is also kind of like a bonus here. Create a simile, and this could be something that changes as you go through these. Maybe there's something else that you want to focus on. But if I were to do this, I'd always start off doing it as a class, kind of writing these things down and soliciting some of these things and being able to identify what's a verb and an adverb. So if we look at here, we could see like, I don't know, we'll do paint. And we could say messy white paint. Um, we could say like, I don't know who's taking this picture. Maybe it's dad, and maybe he's angry. And lastly, we'll say boys, um, mischievous. It's a great way to also think of some descriptive adjectives as well. Um, we'll say like they painted. Uh, I'm already using messy. Um, sloppily. Let's see. There's a boy crying. Um, let's see. I don't know. Suddenly crying. Um, smiling. Uh, dashingly smiling. Let's see. We got on the floor. Um, at the boys or at his brother. Uh, wow. Holy moly. Some things like that. Um, we'll say I'm going to use but here and maybe because. Say some pronouns. Well, obviously, we're going to use like he and they for that. Um, we'll just leave it like that. And then a simile, so comparing it with like or as, maybe I'll say like white as a ghost. Okay. So now that I have these things filled out, I'm going to start writing a paragraph using at least one of each part of speech. I don't have to use all of these here, and I might come up with other ones here. This is not the structure of my thing. This is just brainstorming right here. Holy moly. I'm actually going to use holy moly, cried out the dad, who was very angry when he saw the messy white paint all over the living room. His two mischievous boys had sloppily painted the floor, TV, and each other. Let's see. So I got some right here. Uh, Johnny, the younger brother, suddenly started crying and pointed at his brother when I asked him who started this. Brody was smiling dashingly at the camera, but he did not know that he was going to be in big trouble. He looked white as a ghost, and well, let's use because of the white paint, and it was going to be a big job to get him and this mess all cleaned up. Wow, what a start to our morning. All right, so we got a paragraph here, and I can highlight some of these things like my verbs. And so I might go and highlight the ones that I use. So I have dad and angry. We have messy white paint, sloppily painted. We got mischievous boys. And I got conjunctions in here. So I can highlight these things um, to know that I've used a variety of things here. And you might even think about highlighting them a specific color. But this works really well for brainstorming as a class, and trying to solicit some of those things. And sometimes you might have to tell kids, let's be a little bit more descriptive instead of like good or great. And over time, they start building up their vocabulary. Eventually, they can probably start doing this in partners. And then over time, they'll be able to do it on their own, and it will become something that can happen very quickly. At the beginning, it takes a while to kind of get through because they're thinking a little bit, but eventually it'll become like a 10-minute thing where they can look at this picture, whip out some descriptive words here, and then write a paragraph. And that's when you get to do things like a gallery walk or sharing these different things out. So that's kind of the 8 parts protocol right there.